Hello and welcome to Sparkle Vision. This is Court.
And this is Lee. And today I'm going to show you my cottage, my Snow White cottage build. And first of all, we are standing here in front of the 1937 tunnel, which for everybody out there that doesn't know, this is when Snow White was released. The very first featured, a long length featured animation movie from Disney. There
Mhm.
had always been short animated films before Snow White, so he was the first.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we're going to talk about today how Lee, as she was doing her build, we were all so excited to get Snow White in the game. So she was super excited to start her little Snow White's cottage build, only to discover that we don't really have any Snow White furniture from the DLC.
No. And I want to know if you guys were disappointed too, because when I was like, oh, okay, let's do the Snow White build. And it was like, okay, well, and we had already crafted everything. We knew what we had. And, but then when I really started to do the build and I was looking through the inventory stuff, I realized this is the only thing I had was the scary tree from when she's running in the dark woods, which I love. And this is from the recent haunted event
Yeah.
on the floating island. So I want to know your thoughts. Like, were you disappointed that we didn't get specific Snow White movie items? And like Court and I were discussing, we didn't get specific from the Tinkerbell movie. We got a couple kind of things from the Tigger movie, and we didn't. It is inspired by the Cruella live action movies, what we got for Cruella, but for the most part,
No.
no franchise items, no feature film items,
And specifically with 101
and no
Dalmatians.
dresses.
Yeah, no dresses. Yeah. Specifically from 101 Dalmatians, there are a lot of furniture items in that would translate very well into the game. So, because we were trying to think, like, sometimes with the classic Disney movies, there's not a ton of actual furniture items that translate very well. But yeah, I don't know. It seems strange because I just checked too, and we don't even have a category. We don't even have a filter for Snow White
Oh, wait.
in the furniture item or like in the furniture menu.
So when we go inside her house here, this is basically what we have for her is more the ranch stuff. But again, it's ranch inspired, not movie inspired.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think this stuff is super sweet, and I'll use this all day long. But when Court and I do like to do specific builds for the feature films,
Yeah.
and I did a build quite a few months ago when we really had nothing. And I actually think that one turned out just as well as this one.
Yeah.
And now we have Snow White, and we still don't have any items.
I do think that the window may be specifically from the movie,
Yeah, the
but
window.
no clue if we're getting that in the shop or not because I haven't seen that in the shop.
No, and the wallpaper, I'd have to rewatch the movie, but the wallpaper here, the walls might be kind of similar too.
Yeah, I think so.
And you know what? It didn't even take from the live action Snow White either.
Yep.
And then we have the Seven Dwarfs pictures there, and you said you got that, so we do
Yeah,
get that.
we do get that, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, all of these furniture items, and when we made the craftable video, we weren't really thinking specifically for a Snow White build. We were just like excited to get new craftables. So all of
Yeah,
the new
really
craftables
excited.
are fantastic. We don't have any complaints about that. It's just more, yeah, like you said, that's kind of why we started the channel, was to be more Disney centric builds. And so it is disappointing when we don't get furniture items from the feature films.
Yeah, and that bedroom that we were just in has the carved animals on the beds, and that is more like the movie.
Yes.
Um, so I think it's a licensing issue. I think it's a trademark issue. I think Gameloft has to pay for everything they take from the feature films. We are beginning to think that that is why it takes us a while to get the the iconic princess dresses and why we
And
don't get those right away, and
and why
how
would
they do Snow White. We got the Snow White inspired outfit, but people want a dress.
yeah, exactly. And also why we typically have to pay, like it's a premium shop item to get the
Yeah.
dress, right? And yeah, it because there doesn't seem to be any other logical reason as to why we just don't get these things in a game. This is a Disney game for fans of Disney, so it has to be a licensing thing.
Yeah. And again, here's some craftables that we got, which we love. I love the new flower bed with the wish blossoms and the pulley that we get from the Cruella. Uh,
Glamour Gold area,
yeah.
which is
And
great.
then, and so I made a little mining area here with the seven dwarfs, which are still the magical Mickey wooden
The
statues.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
But
I think they're supposed to be wood.
yeah, but this is great because you used like the gold piles from Eternity Isle, lots of just the stones that occur in our game already, which
Yeah,
is
and I think the bumble fence works well too.
yeah, the Bumblestone and is it Jade? Is the other one Jade? I think those
Could
are
be.
perfect in here, and like I saw too, you used a lot of the Frost and Fairy spring thaw items, which is perfect. It is absolutely this vibe with a little bit of snow, a little bit of spring.
And I do love her cottage. I think her cottage is super sweet, and I love this. I actually really like the snow on it. And we got gates now,
And it does look very similar to the movie one.
yeah, the house has the biggest vibes that go with the feature film. And I like this lady snowman because her bow looks like Snow White's bow.
Yes.
And of course, I did the wish blossom sign as apples and put apples around because we can't put the apple trees in here, which is kind of a bummer. I wish at one point we can switch the fruit trees around, but I just don't think that's coming.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna do that for us.
I think you're right. I just looked and the picture from the movie this is for sure the house from the movie.
So it's quite similar.
Yeah.
The live action or the animated?
The animated. It's obviously this is just a slightly different animation style, but with the thatched roof and the beams outside and the little window on the left and the door on the right. Yeah, this is definitely. So we got the house. They gave us the house, but the only other Snow White item we have is the tree, and that was from the Haunted Floating Festival this year.
Yeah.
So,
And I'd really like this biome off of the Wishblossom Ranch.
this is a perfect spot.
Yeah, and it's a nice size to do a build in, and I really do I like the color of the grass, and it's a very spring. I like the bit of snow.
I love that you used Kristoff's sled.
Yeah,
That's a great spot. Perfect in the build. And then that
and of course the deers, because she has animals around her all the time. So I was trying to kind of invoke that feeling as well.
I think you nailed it for sure because it's so cute. And then using the trees with the little bird houses, that's great too.
And I did leave it open a little bit more because I still am collecting the barn wood. I'm riding through with the horses, so I could have kept going with the foliage and everything like that, but I am in the beginning with these Wishblossom Ranch builds, am leaving it more open.
Yes, I hear you. I love
Because
that you put
we need barn wood.
the little frogs in there too by the water. That was
I
so
love Tiana's frogs.
so sweet.
They do get kind of lost in the build because they're so tiny. I wish we could
So cute,
put
though.
them up on things and everything. Like, I wish
Yeah.
we had lily pads or things that we could place them on, but
Absolutely.
they're cute. And then I turned it to night, and just to show how the cottage glows, and I put the Vitalis Mine lanterns everywhere, and the mushrooms. And the other thing I used is the fiddleheads. I always forget to use them, but I quite like them in this spring build because it has green and blue, and I love those crystal mountains.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a great, beautiful feature.
It is. Well, comment below and let us know what furniture items from Snow White you're missing the most. If there is something in particular you were looking forward to. Thanks for joining us today at Sparkle Vision.
Hit like and subscribe to see more videos soon. See you next time.
Bye-bye.